Buy deer feeders. First start by deciding what type of feeder you want. There are a few choices of automatic deer feeders. There are freestanding and hanging deer feeders, or you can even build your own. With each you must look at the laws in your area to make sure feeding deer is legal and abide by baiting laws. Also look at the other types of wildlife you would be interested in attracting to the area. Now let's talk about each type of feeder in a little more detail. Freestanding feeders are probably the most popular type of feeder. When purchased, there will be some assembly required, but in general, they are ready to go to the woods or field after the batter is charged. With freestanding feeders, raccoons have been known to climb legs and help themselves to the deer feed. This is something to consider when decided what type of animals you want to attract. Hanging feeders require something to be hung from. They work great for wooded areas, where they can be hung from trees. You could also build a platform to hang the feeder from. Raccoons do not bother hanging feeders as bad as freestanding feeders, but they will still be eating the food off the ground. Both hanging and freestanding feeders will be completely automatic. Just add feed, set timers, and watch the deer and wildlife eat. Homemade feeders are normally not that high-tech, but gravity-fed deer feeders. Homemade feeders can be made out of PVC pipe. Next, shop around. Depending on your finances, you may want to shop around to find the best bargains. Also check materials to see how much a homemade deer feeder would cost if you have decided to go that route. When shopping around, look at the capacity of the feeder. Keep in mind how often you will have to make a trip up to refill the feeder. I would recommend buying the largest feeder you could. This would keep as much human scent from the area and attract more deer and wildlife. Finally, install your deer feeder. Place your deer feeder in a highly traveled place. Check deer trails to see where the deer are moving to, and check for rubs and scraps to make sure there are bucks in the area. To finish off your deer feeder, place a deer camera close by to check how many deer or wildlife are in the area, the size of bucks and does, and to check antler development. The success of a deer feeder is determined by the feed you place in your deer feeder and where you place your deer feeder. Don't be discouraged if there are not too many pictures or too many deer. Have fun placing your feeder and get creative to catch the big bucks.